We're live.
Is this thing on?
I think so.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight on this edition of Wednesday Night Crypto Chats. This is your co-host, Cryptunez, coming to you live. Yeah, Bagsy, what's up? How are you doing tonight?
What is up, man? What's up, guys? Good to see you tonight on this week's episode. We are currently 44 in the lobby. That's a great number. Someone said earlier it's enough to fill a classroom. That's fucking right. Good to have you all here. Excited. Unfortunately for tonight, our guests are a bit late. So you are blessed with Tunes and I's presence, and they will shortly stream in as time goes on. You guys can ask us your questions, talk about the markets. We'll hopefully teach you a thing or two. You'll get a laugh. Tell your parents about us. And yeah, so what's
I
up?
mean, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Our guests are here. I think most people tune in to see your muscles. Honestly, I think
Oh man,
everyone's waiting for the flex. We just want one.
but I just one flex, one flex. Yeah, there you
Oh my
go. Give me two
god!
months. 2 months. I'm working on it.
How much do you
I
weigh?
start not enough.
How much do you
I'm
weigh,
like
bro?
probably five,
One what? Say it again.
175. So in
Oh,
kilos,
nice.
it's like 580. I'm very light, but I have thin bones, But I have a big heart.
Thin bones. I've never heard that one before.
Yeah, dude. Like I got thin wrists and shit. Like you take your hand and you can cup your wrist if you can actually cup it. Yeah. Anyways, we'll keep going from this.
All right,
Um,
let's get into it. First, I think the main thing that we should talk about right now is the IEOs and what's been happening in the market with them.
mhm.
Uh,
Yeah.
I'll take the lead if you want.
No, please. You're the IEO specialist.
All right. So okay. What you guys need to understand what an IEO is, first of all. The only difference between an ICO and an IEO is that with an ICO, basically everything was unorganized. The way that ICOs would work are the teams would just gather money however they could, and then they would just, when they could, they would get listed on an exchange, and when it was convenient, they would distribute the tokens. So basically, oh, is that Charles? Charles?
I don't see him.
Wait.
Oh, he joined and then he left.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
All right.
He'll be
Anyway,
back.
okay. He'll be back. Okay, so basically the way ICOs work, where they would just collect the money and then
Charles.
is he here? Oh
No,
my
no,
god.
he's not. Sorry.
All right, fuck off. They collect the money, then they would distribute the funds whenever, they would get listed whenever, and they would just hope things would go smoothly. With an IEO, the process is much more smooth, and you have a lot more, many more details on exactly what's going to happen. You know exactly where the coin is going to get listed, you know exactly when the coin is going to get listed, and you know exactly how the coins are going to get distributed. So this makes for a smoother process. So basically, if you just are gambling into some random ICO and you're like, oh, I hope this gets listed on, like Binance or whatever, it's just kind of shot in the dark. But now, you're going to know where it's going to get listed
I love that.
and blah, blah, blah. So
Hello.
that's really all it is.
I love gambling money into ICOs, man.
Charles, let's
What's up,
go.
guys? How you
How are
doing?
you doing? How are you doing tonight? You having a glass of whiskey?
No, man, I don't. Well, I mean, I was gonna tell you I don't drink in the week, and now I would have been full of shit because that's not true. I drink in the week all the time, but I'm not drinking at the moment because I'm trying to hit the gym because I got kind of fat. So I'm trying to hit the gym a bit, and no drinking in the week. How are you
Yeah.
That's
guys
awesome.
doing?
Yo, awesome, man. Happy to have you on.
It's good to be here.
It's about time. I've been meaning to have Mr. Charles J. Reed on for ages, and it just,
Hey, it's all good,
yeah,
man. No
here we
worries at
are.
all. No worries
Here
at
we
all.
are. So, what's cracking with you, man?
Not much. I'm kind of tired. It's kind of late here, but good to catch up with you guys.
Appreciate it. Yeah, we're just talking about IEOs right now and what's popping in the market. Tune
Sure.
giving a discourse.
Sure. So tell me, are you guys actually investing in IEOs on platform? Are you buying private sale and then trying to flip them, or are you just waiting to see what happens and then trading the charts? Because I think it's probably the latter.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
you're
what I've
very
been doing.
right.
Yeah,
I don't
sure.
necessarily have, the context like you do to be getting in on these
No,
pre-sales.
but you
It's
know what's
weird.
funny is I wanted to actually bring that up because what's happening with these IEOs now is they're raising a bunch of funds from investors in private sales through syndicates and through private networks, and then just before they list on the exchange, before they do the sale on the exchange, they flip the terms around. And they're like, oh, sorry, we're going to lock you up for like 6 months, or they just completely change the pricing. And this happened with Reserve. This happened with STP yesterday. So people are going to struggle to raise because people are now worried that they're going to get the terms changed,
Yep.
right before the listing. So it's just better to kind of fill these things out, especially with
Okay.
with post listing. You saw Keller
Yep.
Network. Keller is a fucking awesome project, and it dumped still. A Matic, it dumped still. You just trade the trend, and you get
Yep.
back in, and it seems to work way better, and it's way safer as well.
Nice,
Mhm.
nice. Yeah, Charles. So I'm not sure that the people in the chat are familiar with who you are. So why don't you just give us a little introduction? Let us know what your role is in the crypto space, what you do, how you got in, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, sure. So, kind of got in about late 2016, mostly through just, reading. I was reading IBM investments, and they were dropping a bunch of money into crypto startups, but like, enterprise level. So they're just throwing money at it, nice and early to avoid being disrupted and stuff. And I was kind of following that for a while, and then, um, as a result of that, looked into Bitcoin and ETH, started flipping shit coins, and pretty much was finding some gems nice and early. So Ant shares, which became Neo, which was my best investment, because that thing ran from like 20 cents or 30 cents all the way to $200,
Mhm.
which is kind of that's your real
Golden egg.
never mind 100x. That shit's a 250x. So stuff like that. But I was writing free reports with a company called Rolling Stone, just free crypto reports every month, and then they started to charge for the reports, and they were very detailed. And we called a bunch of good projects. And I know there was a bull run. Nearly everything ran up. But what we did is we picked the overperformers, the ones that outperformed the whole market. So the ones that did 100x. So Oyster
Mhm.
Pearl went from 7 cents to $4.50.
Shit.
That made a lot of people who paid for our subscription very, very wealthy. So like you could put your money in anything in 2017 and get rich, but some of these calls were really, really big. Started doing that, and then was consulting for a fund, 8 Decimal Capital in Silicon Valley, with just helping them analyze investments. And then actually decided to go and work with projects, and I worked with a couple of projects since then, and that's how I got here. Now working with Sovereign.
Wow.
It's been a fun journey. It was good to meet you guys in New York. You guys are awesome.
Dude, we had an amazing conversation. Let me just tell the people in the chat. I met Charles, and he goes, "Hey mate, let me buy you a whiskey." And so he bought me a glass of whiskey, and I was like, "All right, what are we drinking with the whiskey?" And it was just whiskey. It was just whiskey and ice, which I wasn't
Oh, you were
anticipating.
so lit after a few of
It
those.
was
You
it
start
was
squeezing lime in it.
Oh, man, I wasn't anticipating just that. And then the bartender's like, "Oh, let me get you guys some of that good shit." You know what I mean? And then we were just like, "Oh, it was great." And we talked for an hour, and we just met. That was probably maybe my favorite moment from the whole weekend. But totally recommend anyone going to any of these conferences because you just meet
You meet so many
um
cool people, right?
yeah. Yep.
Mhm.
And you meet people who are like if you guys are listening to this right now, you're probably here for the giveaway, which is you're gonna be disappointed, or you're like, borderline
You
borderline
troll.
crypto fanatic. So it's like when you just meet someone who's as into it as you are and in person, it's amazing.
Yeah,
So
it's all about
definitely
networking, man.
yeah.
I met so many people. How I kind of broke out of just like doing online reports, um, and like writing every week, which was great because like I quit my job and I was just like writing full time, researching crypto full time, which was great. But how I kind of broke off that and started traveling and working with these awesome people, awesome companies, is I went to BTC Miami in 2018, I think, in January, and I think it was Jack. I can't even remember. And I just met so many smart people, and you know, you just vibe with them, you pick up rapport, and then they're like, "Hey, how can we work together?" Some of it works out, some of it doesn't, but the ones that do work out could change your life. And you know, all it takes is just to meet these people, and everyone in crypto is so friendly and so helpful to one another in the real world. You know, you got to get offline and not all about trading all the time. You know, there's a lot more opportunity out there.
Really?
Hell yeah, there is.
I'm joking. Yeah, I had the chance to meet Charles and Tunes myself at the same time, and it was awesome. Like nothing but a good time. And he's right. It's a big difference when you actually interact with someone face to face. Even if you have little differences online, once you meet someone in person, it's what is it? Like an online beef? I mean, maybe the
Yeah,
person
man.
might be a bit salty and they won't say hi to you, but who gives a fuck?
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know?
I mean, you guys saw Crypto Fungus and Nye, you
Yeah,
know, like
Yeah,
these
they
two had
embraced.
like wild beef and they were just like, yeah, whatever. Like I think that's just the way to deal with it. It's like, you know, people have online beef, but that disappears straight away in person. And
Yeah, a
people
lot of
don't
people.
talk shit in person, especially when they see you. Like they're like, "Oh, okay, this is a real dude."
Yeah,
You know, I don't want to fight him.
yeah, exactly,
And
exactly.
then yeah, it's you
I
know,
don't want to fight him.
I don't want to fight. Fuck, I can't fight this guy.
Yeah, a lot of people have like online persona. Like it's easy to get caught
Yeah,
up in the whatever, and
it
then you're
is,
just
and
like,
it's fun as well. You know,
yeah,
it's all a bit of fun.
Yo,
yeah.
what's up, Nikos?
Hey, Nico,
Welcome back
man.
Okay.
home. What's up, Shitcoin Jerry? Good to see you again, brother. Always a pleasure.
Your fools ain't ready to put up. I don't know what that means, Jerry, but if you'll think on it.
Oh, Jerry wants to throw down.
Yeah, Jerry wants to throw
I believe
down.
him, man. I believe him.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, what's up? Let's do some what's up. Oh man, there's way too many people's names. But
First, I want to know something. When you said that the people will be disappointed about the giveaway, what are you talking about? Just so I.
He
well,
just put that because he tagged like the most two popular coins so he could get a bunch of people in here.
well, no,
You
no,
know
I
that,
will.
right?
No, no, no. I will. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we either do some sort of trivia where it's like, in the chat, someone's got to like the first one to answer some shit, or, yeah,
I'll
Random
give
number
away
that's what
some
that's what we
shit.
generator.
should do.
I'll
That's what
give
we
away
Random
should
some
do.
number
Quark
generator.
Chain. Quark Chain, Keller Network. That's what I got.
Yeah.
A couple of those
Oh,
for your
that you mean your
woes.
investments?
Oh well, you know that they're just you know bags. They're bags. You know all about
Yeah.
that, Bagsy.
Do I?
Yeah, I just you know, if you want to start, if you want to make it rain in here, tunes.
All right. So here's what I was thinking. All right. Well, hold on. People in the chat. This has to be a little bit interactive. How much money do you guys think I should give away? I want the chat to come to a consensus of like
That's smart.
a
Can we
fair
do a
number.
poll? Can we do a
What? What
poll
are
on
you
YouTube
asking
with
the
the chat?
chat? They're gonna be
I don't
like
know.
500,000.
No. I'm asking them to come to a consensus of like a fair number. Cause like, come on,
Okay,
guys.
we're
Like
not on Twitch, so yeah.
let's be
All right,
let's be
let's see
real
the
here.
average. We will do the average of all
I'm
the
not
entries.
I'm not rolling in the deep. You know what I'm saying? Like we're
I love it, man. I love it. The
oh
honesty.
They're rolling in the deep.
everyone's
You will
saying
be if you keep holding
100.
that Thessa, man.
Z says
Uh,
$100 is fair.
$100 is good. I'll do that. And Keller, not Matic. Matic's had its heyday.
you think Maddox done?
I don't think it's done. I just think like
Oh, Charles.
you know,
Charles.
it's not
Oh,
done. It's just
Charles.
like I'm not buying any right now, dude. I don't have any. So.
Damn. And this is why you get in on the pre-sales, Charles.
Mm, yeah, I guess so. But even that didn't do so well.
Oh no, what was the? It's like 2.6 or some shit.
I can't really remember, to be honest, what it was like out the gates.
All I know is if you look at this, if you look at the Matic chart, it really looks like Bitcoin just in the way that Bitcoin has its cycles. Like it's just a literally like
Yeah.
if you just looked at a blank chart of Matic, you could be like, oh, this was Bitcoin from this year to that year. So it kind of looks like it's starting a new
Sure.
cycle. That's at least what like me and like some people that I've been like consulting with about it.
Some
Um,
people.
my degenerate shitcoin friends, but
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, so whatever.
Yeah, no,
So
I
the
think
chat,
I think most of them kind of form, you know, these I mean, if you look at Airgo, for example, it basically mimicked like the entire bull market and bear market in 2 months. It ran up, it
yeah,
did a 10x, and then it went back down to where it was within like
Wow.
a few weeks. And it's just because like these altcoins have much faster cycles. But yeah, no,
yeah.
I think there is definitely hope ahead if you're holding Matic, if you got in earlier. But I would be really careful buying here.
All right, I got you. I'm I'm
Yeah.
I'm I'm the opposite. I'm full. I just bought Matic like today,
Oh shit!
like a
Counter
big
trade in
bag,
the building.
like a big bag. I think it's my biggest
I
Binance
hear you,
bag.
man. No, what is
Yeah,
your
it
biggest
is.
bag now? We know what your biggest bag is.
No, no,
That's a
no. It's
man.
not my
Master
my
bag,
biggest
moon
trading bag is what
bag.
I'll say.
Okay, I see.
But okay, so all right. So before you came, yeah, I was kind of going to the IEOs. I was just giving an introduction. So guys, basically, if you look, so what's happening right now is like the IEOs are taking up about 15% of the volume on Binance, and I think that number is only going to keep going up because like you have these coins that are just like so close to price discovery that it's like they could really do some things, and like the whales love these coins, whatever. Um, so basically you have these big players that are mainly just trading these coins, and
Mhm.
if you kind of study the charts, you can kind of see how money it's a game of like musical chairs just like within the IEOs, and you can kind of see how they have relation to each other. So at
Mhm.
least what I've noticed is that Fett and Seller, like Fetch or Keller, I don't know if the Fett and Keller, Fetch, those two are just like, brothers, like they're best friends. Like they just do everything the same. They just move together. So, you know, that
Yeah.
there's that. And then what you would see back before Harmony was listed was that Matic was kind of like the king, and like whenever Matic would go up, Seller and Fet would kind of have like a lagging effect, so they would like follow Matic. So what would happen is like Matic would go up a bit, and then like the people like the people who are just controlling the market would just like take some profit on Matic and put it into Fet and Seller and push them up, and then cycle it through kind of like that.
Mm.
So but then there's this interesting relationship who this guy on Twitter, his name's Crypto like ZZYZZ. He's a really great trader, and he noticed that Matic and Harmony actually almost have an inverse relationship. So whenever Matic goes up, Harmony goes down, and vice versa.
Interesting.
So basically, what my strategy was, I bought Matic and I bought one because I was like, you can't lose. But anyways, so it's just important that if you're going to trade these IAOs, that you kind of try to get a little micro understanding of how they all operate together, because they definitely like you can get hints of where certain coins are going to move by looking at the other ones. So
Mm.
that is that's giving me at least a bit of an edge over other traders. So I thought I'd share that with the chat.
Yeah, sure. I think it's important to note that's not actually the case on all exchanges, but definitely Binance, because Binance MMs and the market makers on these coins are definitely the same or similar, and also
Yeah.
the very big whale traders also are encouraging these patterns of behavior. So it's just like you said earlier, musical chairs. When Matic finished the run, people thought, okay, the money's going to run into one of the other IEO projects, so they tried to predict that. But actually what they're doing is the bigger traders are influencing that move by buying.
Mhm.
So it's important to be careful, because you know, it's super dangerous to try and do that musical chairs. But if you do
Yeah.
look at them patterns, inverse patterns, fractals, you can pretty much predict. The one thing I would say though, with all the other IEOs apart from Harmony, they've all dumped post listing. They had a great run up and then they dump. This is the case with every IEO. Harmony is maybe an exception, but
Well, yeah,
being very
Harmony is actually following something very similar to what BitTorrent did. So
yeah.
I also was like hypothesizing
Sure.
that
And people
it's
held
gonna follow the
BitTorrent
same.
for a long time. You
Yeah.
know, they kept saying it's going to break out again, it's going to break out again, and it just slowly bled for a few months down to 18 sats or around there.
Yeah.
And then it came up. So just be careful because it's opportunity cost more than actual dollar cost, because there's other coins which are running up, and that's why I'm really careful with entering IEOs that have already had a run.
Okay.
Whereas Matic has finished the cycle, you know, it's bottomed out and then it's run up even more. And I think BTT will, you know, BTT did the same actually, pretty recently. But on Huobi, for example, Reserve, you know, that's a rough one for sure. Again, that's been bleeding out, but the market maker did move that again recently, and it did pump a bit. But it's just really important to be super careful trading them, because there's always bigger fish, and they're basically just watching what you do and kind of, you know,
it's
yeah,
it's what it is, man. We're just
indeed.
Yeah, no,
There's so much insider trading, like really, it's so bad. It's so bad. I hear so much of this, like, oh, this is going to happen. All the team are trying to dump, so they've hired a new market maker, and it's really bad. You just realize the longer you stay in the space, how insignificant it all is, unless you kind of know that information. But it's just, you know, be as prepared as you can and look for these patterns, like you said.
Very well said. I've been charting while you guys have been talking the whole time.
I love it.
So hopefully people at home have been watching. If you guys have any comments, drop it in the box. And yeah, it's all like you said, it's all about information, and I need to make more friends.
Well, just drop me a DM.
Oh, anytime, man. Anytime.
I got you. You
Thank
know,
you.
I'll tell you guys what I can. I don't want to say too much, but you guys know I'm not really a chart. You know, I don't chart much. I do that for a reason. I can, you know, I can do a little bit of TA, which most of what I learned was from Cred. Like, big shout out to Cred for his like, everything he's made is for free, and he's sunk so many hours into that stuff. And like, anyone who makes free stuff in this space, just big shout out to them. But I learned a lot from Cred. But I don't make charts because I don't want to. I mean, kudos to you guys. You get followed by so many target sirs. But I'm trying to tweet more about technology. And actually, the sad thing is right now is, because of the last bull run, most people are trading coins. They don't even know what they do, and they're just flipping them for, you know, trying to make money. The truth is, some of these things are going to be huge, like beyond beef. They will outperform the market 1000x, and it's about trying to understand and find them, because they will be, you know, future global leaders in technology. And that's kind of what I'm trying to help people to understand. So I can't help with the TA stuff, but if anyone ever has any questions about what, you know, my projects are, if you want my insight onto a project, my DMs are always open. Just hit me up.
Yeah, what's your handle? CharlesjReads?
Yes, with an S on the end, because some random dude took Charles J. Reed. But it's okay. But yeah,
does he look anything like you or what?
No, he doesn't. I'm gonna have a look right now.
That's hilarious.
That's cool, man. Yeah, guys. So just send some send whatever you want to his DMs. You know what I mean?
No, you
send some memes. Send some dick pics. Whatever you need to do. Send some stuff.
Tunes, I'm never buying you whiskey again.
Hey, I bought you. You know, we're even.
Yeah,
I bought the second round.
And you tell people to send me dick pics. You think we're even now?
Oh, yeah, dude. Let me put out a tweet.
It'd be like, I'll give away $100 to whoever says Charles J. Reed's the biggest dick.
Yeah. Oh my, that would actually be amazing. Like, whoever can find the biggest dick to send gets $100. You'd have a bunch of people. Anyways.
Oh, let's not do that.
I'm just forwarding all of them to you. So yeah.
Thank you. All right. So we went over I feel like, okay, so the IEOs, boom. Raven coin.
Oh,
Okay,
Raven
so
boys. I bought Raven at 100 sats. Fucking ask me anything.
just holding it, right? Holding it.
Holding it. Yeah, I did sell some at like 800 and then bought back in, but
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, guys. So Ravencoin, there was no ICO, so like there is no threat towards any sort of intervention, any sort of government intervention. Like it is Raven is just like it's the god coin.
It
Raven is gonna
is
do
for
so
sure.
well. It's gonna do so fucking well. You can still get it for under 900 sats, which is dope. But yeah, I love Raven. Theta, as always, another god coin. Um, you know, I think I said this on Twitter earlier. I think it's IEO season, and then like Ripple, which is like one of the biggest caps, looks like it's about to
Oh, it sure does.
potentially break up. And when Ripple goes up, it loves to really just print these like stupid candles. I don't know if you guys have been around for it, but it's really just like these scam pumps. So when Ripple shoots up, that is going to basically you're going to see a lot of FOMO into it. So a lot of other coins are going to bleed, but then that is going to give confidence, investor confidence towards other altcoins. And then I think you're going to see the big caps going up. Litecoin looks good. ETH looks like 50-50, but I'm biased and I think it's going to go up. And then if you got, Doge looks in place. I mean, I really think a lot of opportunity here. And I think the order of things is going to be these IEOs, and then the big caps are going to go, and then maybe you'll see, like hot and like BTT, and then it'll just be, chaos, pandemonium. So if you guys are here right now,
Chaos
if
and
you,
panic. You're really ready for alt season, huh? I don't think we're ready
yeah,
yet. I don't think we're ready, man.
I don't
I
think
don't think
most
it's.
people are.
I don't think
I-
it's quite. I don't think it's quite here yet.
Okay, yeah, that's
Not yet.
fair. I'm biased.
I mean I do I try and stay like on the I try and stay neutral on these things, so either way
Yeah,
I'm not disappointed, and I'm always
sure.
prepared for a dump.
Yeah,
Because I think Bitcoin could go a little bit lower, back to 7.1 maybe, but not much lower than that. But I'm
nice.
always looking for buying opportunities as well. So I think be careful when you're buying altcoins. Just scale in slowly. It depends if you're a trader or if you want to be holding. If you want to be holding these things for 6 months to a year, don't get caught up on too much on your entry, but try to buy on dips. Try not to go all in at once, and be very careful, because all it takes is a big red dildo candle from Bitcoin, and your alt could lose massive value, and that will stress you out, even if you are going to hold it for 6 months or a year. I imagine most people in in the stream right now won't be the type who don't check their portfolio. You guys probably check your portfolio all the time. You probably check, the price action all the time. So just be careful if you're going to go all in, because it just takes one wrong move from Bitcoin.
True. Thank you. We needed that. Thank you, Charles, for
You're a
being
hyperball, aren't you?
for some common sense. No, we're yin and yang. This is great. That's exactly what the chat need to hear. But yeah, guys.
Just buy Raven at 900 sats. Like,
Yeah.
no, I respect it, man. I think Raven's a great play. I really
yeah,
do.
for sure.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm careful, man. I've seen some shit now.
Yeah, I know, and it's yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Another
Chat.
thing to watch,
Oh yeah.
just very quickly, is
Yeah. Whatever.
look at token release schedules. Like Mac always
Yep.
talks about this. So like a chart might look really sweet. It might look like it's about to pump hard, but like the
Yeah.
secret is like private sale investors just got like $6 million worth of tokens unlocked, and they're gonna fucking sell. They're gonna ruin the
Yeah.
chart. They're just gonna destroy that. So be careful about that as well. Always look at the fundamentals as well as the charts, because the charts, can get fucked.
That's very true. Yeah, I mean, like honestly, okay, so like FET right now, it's like, dude, okay, for FET, the circulating supply on FET, okay, so Fetch, it has a market cap of 16 million, which is just like so
So
low.
low.
The circulating supply is 81 million. The max supply is 1.1 billion. So like, yeah, you could easily just like, bunch of coins get brought into circulation. So,
Mhm.
you're completely right where you need
Yeah.
to.
And
Hey, I've taught you something, Tunes. He gets it. I love it.
one more thing as well on that concept is these IEO projects to actually get listed on Binance, you have to fucking change your metrics. Like they will not list a project which has a bunch of circulating coins because it won't pump. It's so hard to pump a project in this market if it has, a bunch of tokens circulating on the first day. So always consider that too, that like everything that's pumping on Binance is pumping because on launch it has like a few $1 million market cap, so it's much easier for the market maker to drive the price up. But as soon as the private sale buyers start getting their tokens, it's just going to be the same story all over again, no matter how good the project is.
Yeah. Just some knowledge.
Yeah. So right now, for example, like Fetch AI is at resistance at R1. Really nice volume we saw today. So it's
Dude,
really
the volume
possible
is
it keeps
insane.
going.
Like if you just zoom out, like it's just like you can just really get a picture of like this is where people the people are accumulating it,
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. Like the Fat one stands out to me with the volume. Like it's just like boom.
Yeah, and if I was talking about Fetch earlier, actually, they actually partnered. They became a steward for Sovereign. So they're actually running a node for the Sovereign network now, but they actually already created a project in partnership with Sovereign and Outlier Ventures, which is a VC based in London. So Fetch have already open sourced all of their code. Now, like they have so much code and they open sourced all of it. Now, I didn't invest in Fetch last year because they wanted to raise 50 million, which was really obnoxiously high, even for an AI project that good. But yeah, they're building aggressively. So Fetch is a great project for sure.
Yeah, man. I have a feeling that CZ, is gonna pick some good ones. You know what I mean? Like he's probably. I'm
Oh,
sure.
he picked everything on Binance right now that gets at IEO is a fire project.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like CZ probably has every single IEO
Oh,
wants
he
to get
does.
listed
Yeah,
there.
yeah, for
So
sure.
like, and he has the resources to get the best teams to
Hmm.
be like, we're only picking the best of the best.
Hmm.
So it's like people don't realize that there are like these like golden opportunities right now because and my number one thing is that doesn't matter how good of a trader you are or whatever, if you don't learn how to adapt, you're just gonna get left behind. And that's the thing. It's like you see there's literally like these fucking noobs, and it's like I don't say noob in a bad way. It's just like true. Like if you just joined in the past few months, you're a noob, and like you really don't have the experience to know exactly what you're doing. But like these noobs are like making more money than these people that just endured this year-long bear market, and it's
Yeah.
because they're just like, oh, like I want to pick what's shiny, but it's
Hmm.
like these are like
Yeah,
the
but I
price
mean,
discovery is so it's like right there. You know what I
now
mean? Like one is in price discovery right now, Harmony.
if
You know what I
you
mean?
if you look at all these factors and then look at like the underlying, you know, the singularity there is Binance. It's
Yeah.
BNB coin. And I
Yeah.
honestly think like Binance is the new Ethereum because the reason that Ethereum's price ran up so high is because it was used as, an investment medium. So it was used to
Yeah.
buy into ICOs. And now
Damn.
Binance coin is doing the same thing. And like I've watched Binance, I joined basically when Binance released. I didn't do the ICO, but I bought a shitload of BNB when it was really cheap and I sold it really fucking early and I lose sleep over it all the time. But you don't see these kind of things happening. But now looking back at it and what the way that it's going is you have to hold BNB to get into the ICOs. The best ones, they perform the best of any exchange. BNB quarterly token burns as well, and I just think BNB is not going to slow down. It's going to be the medium that connects all of these IEO projects and the market makers. I don't think they're accumulating ETH, and you can tell because they're not listing with ETH pairs anymore. They're listing with USDT, Bitcoin, and BNB pairs, and I think we'll see
Dude.
more and more BNB pairs. So you definitely need to have a bag of BNB if you don't, because that is probably the safest fucking hold in the whole damn market outside of Bitcoin.
Damn, dude, that's actually like I've never even heard anyone make that analogy of that the way that ETH was used to raise token sales for ICOs, now BNB is being used to like facilitate them.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually like
It's on a much smaller scale because obviously there's not as many IEOs, but it still boils down to, I mean, my girlfriend holds so much fucking BNB because she's like, oh, I want to do every IEO that I get. I want to get the max amount of tickets. She did like a 7x on Harmony, I think. And she didn't get the full amount of tickets. So she's like, I need more BNB. I need a second account with BNB so I can get more tickets next time and do all of them. So people are farming BNB on like multiple accounts because it's just like the standard. It's
it's
becoming
this
the
great
standard.
Ponzi.
Yeah,
It's an amazing
it
Ponzi
is.
scheme.
It's fucked. But like, if you know the game, you can play it well, right? And I just think like Binance, they're really doing stuff. And the other thing they're going to do, because they're now not listening with ETH pairs, they're going to be like, hey, if you want to do an IEO, you have to build on Binance chain. And they're going to
Yeah.
just fucking become a superpower. And it's really sad because it's very centralized power. So it's kind of like, it's a bit upsetting to see one exchange with so much power, but you can make so much money if you play it right. So
Yeah, dude. And I mean like CZ, like I know a lot of people don't like him and don't trust him, but like there's a part of me that thinks that like one day he has a plan to just like decentralize the entire like all of Binance. But who knows?
I
But I
think
mean like
probably does, yeah.
because he built the decks. He advocates people to use the decks. One, he advocates people to use the decks through the trust wallet where you have sole
Yes,
ownership over
absolutely.
your coins. And third, he advocates that everyone uses a VPN. So it's like, I mean, it's like there's a part of me that feels like he's already made it. Like, how much more money does he really need? You know what I mean? Like, maybe
Wait, what
like
about the VPN thing?
so CZ has said like that everyone should use a VPN at all times with everything.
Baller.
Obviously, because
He's
he
a
wants
legend,
them to
dude. I love him.
outskirt his fucking his IP restrictions.
Yeah,
So
sure.
you can log in wherever you are. He's a legend.
Yeah.
No, I think he's so smart. Like he had a 1-page white paper. He ain't trying to build anything fucking complicated. It just makes sense. And he's,
The art
I
of
mean,
simplicity.
he shills BNB super hard, but like you would if you fucking made Binance, right? You'd
Yeah,
be like, yeah,
and you're proud of
motherfucker.
it.
Yeah, you're retweeting all your fanboys, like, oh, CZ, you're a god. Yeah, fucking, this feels good. You're gonna retweet them, like, I see it's kind of annoying, but it's good. In a way, it's good for the space.
There's a part of me that like feels like he has like a slight disconnect where like he almost feels like BNB could could and maybe not necessarily should, but like would like surpass Bitcoin one day. Was my only like concern, I would say.
Yeah, I mean that's just funny to watch, right? Like that's just
Yeah.
politics. Like
Yeah.
we'll,
'Cause I
we'll
mean,
see what he does. I love watching these crazy motherfuckers, man. Like fucking
Like
Justin
Craig
Sun,
Wright.
Craig Wright. Justin Sun just paid $5 million to go to lunch with Warren Buffett, and then he just said, "All right, never mind, fuck it. Let me invite fucking Vitalik and CZ and Charlie Lee and invite them to the lunch."
So
And
smart.
dude,
So
like
so
he's a
smart.
smart.
fucking genius.
I
Dude,
know.
people really give him hate, and it's
Yeah,
like people don't
I've
realize.
trolled him, but
I feel like he's just a troll. Like I
Mm.
feel like he's just like, how can I rile up these dumb motherfuckers on Twitter today? And then he just like goes and like tweets out some dumb shit, and he's like laughing to himself, and he's like, okay,
Now
now I'm gonna go do whatever I want with my billions and billions of dollars.
he's so rich. He's so Do you know what, dude? The thing with Tron, most of the tokens got returned to the team because they were sold to Chinese and they had to force refunds. So
Yeah,
Tron
I remember
owns
that.
so much of the tokens.
That
So
they
it's
can just
funny because
manipulate.
he
Yeah.
is so filthy rich. It's ridiculous. I watched Tron run like to the top 10 and it was
20.
like
Yeah.
it was so crazy, man. It was so quick. It was like, within a week it was just in the top 10 and I was just thinking this kid is so rich. But yeah, it's just fun to watch, you know.
It's that similar thing, like how you were saying, like when you meet someone from Twitter and you're just like, oh, like you're a regular dude. Like people don't realize, like Justin Sunshine is just another fucking dude.
He
Like,
is, and he's a smart kid. He's a really smart kid.
he's dude. Like any person listening could like do something similar. Like maybe not to the extent, but it's like I don't know.
Well,
There's
he
just so much.
shielded his relationship with Jack Ma from
Yeah,
Yeah,
all the
that was
time.
huge.
even though he was like what he dramatized it, but it's smart, you know.
Yeah,
Everyone does that. Everyone does that, right? Like, you
No
know,
choice.
yeah, you promote yourself and the things you do and you know, because that's your CV, you know, what people see. So fair play to him. I respect that, man. And that was a power move what he did, you know, to invite
yes.
all these guys for lunch.
Oh my god, I tweet, dude. People are on Twitter like, what a waste of money. It's
No
like
way.
this lunch is going to pump BitTorrent and Tron, and who knows what'll come out of this lunch? Like, who knows? Like, you know what I mean? All it takes is like Warren Buffett coming out and being like, you know what, I'm sold,
Changed my
and
mind.
then boom, Bitcoin is gonna pump like 5%. Like, you know what I mean? Like this is one of the best crypto investments that maybe any figurehead in the space has ever made. I mean, that I've seen in my like short time in. You know what I
Probably
mean? Like,
Ethereum. I guess that was way before your time, though. You're right.
no, I just mean like a figurehead being like, I'm going to make this move. You know what I mean? Like, I've never, like, I can't really equate, and like, you know what I mean?
Probably
Like,
CSW. He's made so many moves, man. Like jumping from Roger Ver to Jihan
yeah,
Wu to
I know. I just mean
to
like,
forking his like he's crazy.
no, I know. I just can't really relate. I can't think of anything that reminds me of this. Is what I'm saying. Like, you have Ripple, and they're like, oh, we're gonna have Bill Clinton come and speak. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like,
they're more
And then Ashton
centralized.
Kutcher gave away like $1 million worth of Ripple. Did you remember that?
yeah, on the Ellen
on
show.
Ellen, yeah.
On Ellen
Yeah,
DeGeneres.
dude,
So
my
that
mom
was
loves that show.
yeah, I love that show. Ellen DeGeneres is awesome. I can't even watch it here. I just watch like the highlights.
You're funny.
But no, it's you know, that was peak bull run when Ashton Kutcher's giving out millions in Ripple. That was yeah.
Yep, that was the top.
So, what do you guys no, the top was when CNBC was teaching you how to buy it.
And then they told you how to sell it at the bottom of the fucking bear
It's like,
market.
it's a joke. Dude, but here's the thing is like, they know that people counter trade their Twitter, so it's like they have so much power. It's kind of, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know if
I don't
people
know.
over dramatize that, how like
It's just
effective it
funny.
is.
It's all fucking funny. I would tell everyone like listening, like don't pay too much attention to that shit because like it will suck you in so hard, and it's all just like, you know, oh counter trade CNBC. Oh now they're counter trading. No,
Yeah,
they're
it's like-
countering us. They're actually shorting when they say long. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't fucking matter. It's just funny. It's just a meme. You
Yeah.
know?
In the short term, those kind of things don't matter. But
Yeah.
the kind of things like the one thing I remember, like when Katy Perry posted an Instagram of like crypto clause, like stuff like that is like, you know, the media like fucking does, like when the media is like pulling all their tricks out of the bag to get everyone to FOMO, that's when you want to be selling. You know, and I feel like looking back on it, like that Ripple fucking show, like they're teaching you how to buy Ripple. It's like, that's like, you got to look for things like that in the next time around, you know, to be like, okay, like these guys are clearly dumping their bags on us, you know. So like, let's
Yeah,
just,
they were. I can tell you
yeah.
now, a lot of money. Can you imagine who's buying Ripple at $4.20, man?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, well, funny shit.
People will one day, I guarantee you.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
They already did. Someone did. Unlucky guy, but
Yeah.
that same guy's I'm holding for long term.
Yeah, it's that meme. It's like a skeleton in front of his computer. He's like, it's not a
Yeah.
trade, it's an investment.
It's accurate.
Oh, so I don't know if you guys saw, but Facebook is announcing that they're launching their own crypto called Global Coin.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
I just saw this tweet by
This is really interesting, actually. I'm a huge fan of this whole, not Facebook doing a crypto, but just like the implications involved for like
Yeah.
banking and the money system in general, because they're going to create a stable coin, I imagine, and it will be a medium of that basically will be
A
used to
medium of exchange.
transfer. Yeah, but I think basically what they want to do is replace currency and implement into Facebook Marketplace, so you can buy peer to peer through an escrow wallet, like goods and services. So like gig economy stuff, or someone selling a bike on Facebook Marketplace, you can now pay them with global coin, which is a stable coin. There's an escrow system. So what it does is it takes money out of the banking system. That money's not being spent in the economy the same way as it was before. So it's just creates a really interesting paradigm where people don't have to use a bank anymore, or they do, but just to buy the global coins, and then they can send them anywhere in the world. There's no delays, it's borderless, but also it has a stable store of value which everyone understands universally. And you guys know, like, I won't be using this coin, but like my auntie and my mum and my uncle, even my grandma might use this coin if it's easy to use and they can buy goods and services on Facebook, and they can transfer global coin to their family. I have family in Australia. If they can send global coin back and forth, they probably will. It's
That's a
just a
good
really
point.
interesting.
It might yeah, because it'll like change. It'll open markets. Like
Exactly.
it'll make the world smaller. You
Mm,
know.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And
That's
stable
yeah.
coins in general do that. I mean, make a die. What that is literally money outside of the banking system, because if you own a stable a die in your Ethereum wallet, you can send it anywhere in the world as long as someone else has an Ethereum wallet. So you're literally sending like $1 across the world with
Yo,
no AML, KYC, and it creates
this
money.
is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
What's up, King?
Oh, you think? Why? Please explain. I'd love to know.
You'd love to know.
I'd love to know.
Okay, you use $1 to buy a virtual dollar, and then you're gonna use that to buy some shit.
Yeah, but you're not using $1 to buy a virtual dollar. If you use a maker die, you can sell ETH into DAI.
Okay, yeah, no. So if you want like adoption and this goofy shit.
I don't think I'm following you.
I'm not lagging. Oh yeah, I figured it out. Yeah, no. Why the fuck? Like, who the fuck's gonna use this? Who has Ethereum that's gonna make this like viable? Like, you're like assuming people have Ethereum that they're gonna use DAI, that they're then gonna buy global token on
Yeah,
Facebook.
I don't think it will work like that.
That's what you're saying.
No, it's not what I'm saying at all. I think maker
Okay,
die is
then
a separate
explain it.
argument. That's just, the case of transferring stable value across the planet with no borders. But in regards to global coin, I don't fucking know what they're going to do because they haven't done it yet.
Whoa.
That's fucked. Sorry about that, guys.
Bagsy, what the fuck was that shit?
It beats me. My apologies, guys. That was yeah. So sorry. Keep going, boys.
Oh yeah, no, Charles. Who's gonna use this Facebook coin? Why is it of any value?
I don't know because they haven't built it yet.
Okay, and
What do you mean? And you're not giving any valuable arguments here as to why Facebook can't create a stable coin which can be exchanged across the planet, money outside the banking system.
Charles, you're not giving a single fucking reason why we need a Facebook stablecoin.
I didn't say we needed it, man. But listen, if I send money overseas, it firstly costs money, a lot of money. Sometimes it takes a long time, and there's just implications to transferring money across borders. With a stable coin, that's a cryptocurrency. Guess what? You don't need to fucking pay, or you pay minuscule fees. So if Facebook create their own
stable
coin,
coins do we have right now?
Yes, but I understand that. But they aren't built on top of the biggest fucking social network in the world.
Why do we need a social network for money? Like what
don't.
what social network is currently integrated with the financial
Look,
system?
man. I think you think I'm shilling Facebook. I don't even use
No,
Facebook.
no, there is no financial system social network integration in the lease.
What do you mean? There is completely. People exchange value on Facebook already. There's
Yeah.
there's a marketplace for items. Why would you not add a stable coin to that?
Okay, so when I go and I buy a song on iTunes, do you know how that works?
We're not talking about iTunes, man. What we're talking about Facebook.
Okay, Facebook. When
When you buy a bike on Facebook, you have to go and meet the motherfucker and give him cash. What can you do with Global Coin? You can put it in an escrow wallet, and then when the trade is done, you both say it's done, and then he gets his Global Coin. This is quite simple, man.
and you think people are going to
Yeah, I think people
spend
are going to do that.
USD to buy the equivalent of USD. So
if they get a discount on something from Facebook, so if Facebook were to make it a better deal, I think they might.
what do you mean? If Facebook currently
like-
makes 0% on face-to-face cash transactions,
Mhm. I don't know how they would sweeten the
They would
deal.
make an escrow.
Jigaboo.
Jesus Christ. So
You
yeah,
would make a fee on every escrow trade, but basically. Who the fuck's got the Google Hangouts link, man?
I don't know.
why the fuck would anyone like do a fucking escrow trade?
Because I do
Like,
escrow
what?
trade all the time when I'm selling Ethereum for cash on local Ethereum.
Yeah, I've sold over 6 figures in cash.
Oh, congrats, man. So you've not used an escrow?
No, never. I just bring a gun and meet you at a pizza shop.
Brilliant.
Yeah, no, I bought Bitcoin at 500. Really not much of an issue to me.
So yeah,
Like
so
Charles, you think currently when there's no need for any escrow system for Facebook Marketplace to exist, that people are going to spend their dollars in their bank account to buy a currency that's pegged to the dollar so they can put it in an escrow to do the same thing that they currently don't need a bank account for?
Charles currently dropped the call, so it's just.
Well, no, I'm sure he left because that's the dumbest fucking argument I've ever heard.
Oh, fair enough. You're in a good mood tonight, huh?
Well, no, I mean, does that make sense to you, Bagsy? In a system that you don't need escrow for currently, you're expecting people to, essentially spend their US dollars pegged to literally the dollar, because that's what it is, to buy a stable coin so they can put in an escrow, which they don't currently need.
Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, I think people will do a lot of stuff if the deal is good enough. Now, I'm not talking about escrow. I couldn't care less about escrow, but if Facebook were to start selling other things or games or whatever they're doing right now, I don't know enough to give you a really educated response on how Facebook could make it good for the consumer. But if it's as easy as like a credit card purchase, where that coin or whatever Facebook is doing could make the deal better for the consumer or easier in some way, and Facebook could cut costs on the back end, then I think it's a possibility. I think
There's
it's already
no
hard.
cost. Facebook makes nothing, and there's no cost.
Zero, huh? So there's basically no benefit. So in your okay,
I
so
mean, Charles' fucking argument was based on linking up and paying cash for shit. How would Facebook even make money off of that? They don't. That's how. Anytime, like, I deleted my Facebook about like 9 months ago, but not once did I ever pay through Facebook.
Well, personally, I don't know. Why do you think they're creating whatever they're creating? I didn't really read into it enough.
Why did Kik and Telegram make a crypto?
Money.
There you go.
Fair enough. Just like that, huh? Fuck.
Yeah, no, like a lot of times it's simpler than it seems.
Hold up. Let me get my mask on. Just 1 second, please. Sorry about that. I'm still waiting on my summer mask. This thing is, I gotta take it off from time to time. But
Yeah.
yes.
Hey. Well, to your point, Bagsy, if anyone wants my home address, like fucking DM me. I'll give it to you.
I already know you'd do that. It's I
Oh
don't think it's
no, like
necessary.
you fucking knock my door, like big German Shepherd 1, 2. You do anything aggressive in Texas, we can just shoot you. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, no, I remember we were talking about your dogs last time.
I
Glad to
just
hear
have,
they're still healthy.
yeah, no, I just have one. Here, hold on. If I can figure out how to flip my camera around without fucking blasting this.
Hmm.
Actually, I don't think I have a front camera on this. No, I don't.
You gotta flip the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. He's a big. I'll just tweet a photo of him. A big boy.
Yeah,
I have to take him to the vet in the morning though, because I'm about to fucking move from here
Where are you heading?
back to my farm in Tennessee.
Oh shit! For the summer?
For the time being, I guess.
Okay, you're gonna live a relaxed life.
Yeah, I guess more or less. But I bought this dog like 3 years ago, and he was 8 weeks old, and he's been at either the frat house or a condo for 3 years. We have 100 acres up there, so I'm gonna let him go take down some, some fawn, and like be a dog.
Be a dog. What are the gun laws in Tennessee?
Texas, they're a lot looser. Like you don't have to have a concealed carry to like carry a loaded pistol on you in your
Really?
car.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah, it's illegal to have.
Guys,
Yo, stop. Sorry. Oh, this guy's killing me.
Did Bagsy do this? Because like that guy joined and then Bagsy left.
No, I never left. But
Oh no, not Bagsy. Tunes, rather. Sorry.
no, the guy came in before Tunes popped out, so it's definitely. I don't think he'd be sabotaging our own show. That wouldn't make too much sense.
But what I'm saying though is that Tunes left right after he joined for the first time, and
Fair enough.
so did Charles.
Dum. Well, I think Charles was unrelated, but but yeah.
I do too, because the second I explained myself, he just fucking left.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. It's also 3 a.m. where he's at, so he probably wanted to sleep, and he had enough.
You know Linka.
Don't think so. Is it on Twitter?
Well, no. You know the saying "meth memory pretty good."
No. Can you tell me?
Well, yeah, no, that's it.
Oh, say it again.
Yeah, no, it's just meth memory pretty good. But Linka is a guy who lives in the Eastern Bloc.
Uh-huh.
And do you know Bondi?
Bondi? No, apparently I don't. They're a communist state?
I think he lives in Slovakia. I don't think either of them were
Eastern Central Europe or some shit.
Eastern Bloc. Say it's more so Eastern Europe.
Yeah, group of communist states. Yeah, so what about that area?
Ex-communist. No, Linka, like where he shits is in a hole. And then Bondi has his trust fund. He's from Norway. But I'm in a group with like both of them. There's only 7 people in there. And they have a strike rate of losing money at like 95%.
Damn. What are you doing there? Giving them the 5%?
What do you mean? Well, no, it's called 100 Times Rehab Group.
Oh shit! Okay. So you're trying to get off the leverage?
Well, no, I have no idea the basis or like why anyone's in that group or why Bonnie and them, but like anytime they post a tweet, or not a tweet, but a message in there about their position, I just immediately fade it. Like for instance, they both simultaneously long death at like 2:43.
No, you're like gotta get out.
Well, no, I wasn't even in it. They just they just long at 2:43, and I went like 10 times short, and it nuked to like 2:38 and a half within like 3 minutes.
Wow. Oh, so this is
Like
a blessing.
it's like immediate. Yeah, I call it inverse alpha.
I need a group like that.
Oh, I'm sure you could pay them $20 for like their position at all times.
I think I'll survive, but thank you.
Bonnie started trying to wise up and fading himself, and it's gone even worse since he started trying to do that.
Fair enough, man. But damn, it's just me and you, brother. Thank you for coming on, man.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
You seem to have scared everyone off, but I still love you.
Oh yeah, no. I'm a bounce now, though. Good talk. Man. Great point.
Yeah, you
Take
too.
care.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
And then it was just me and you and me. What is up, guys? So we are 69 in chat. That is awesome. Bagsy against the world. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Let's see, what could I tell you guys? So if you guys look at one of my posts on Twitter today, I posted like a lot of charts in the thread. That you could hopefully find that useful if you guys are looking for altcoins. Right now Bitcoin hasn't really. I mean, it's not looking. Let me pull up my. Let me share my screen with you guys for a second. I want to look at Bitcoin earlier, but we never really got the opportunity. DCUSD. All right, we'll zoom in on this shit. Okay. So right now we're on the 12-hour. The trend is bearish. CCI just crossed bearish, and the sell volumes, it's there. That yellow horizontal line I drew, that is the POC, the point of control of the entire range. All that simply means is that at this yellow level, there was the most traded volume across the whole chart. In this little line, the most money was exchanged. So for us, if it's above the price, it should act as a resistance. And if we're below, it should act as a resistance. If we're above, it should act as support. So now we're trending beneath. So I would think that the 79.34 area should act as resistance. If not, if we were to break through, we could look at, I'd say 8,200, but I don't. So far, let's crank it a bit lower. I mean, the CCI looks good actually. You can see that it's slowly trending back to green. So the selling slowed down. So we could definitely make probably a test to R1, but I think we're initially going to get rejected from this level at 8,200 if we end up reaching it. And if we do end up getting rejected, I would look probably at green box for support. So I could probably see something like either like this or like this. And then, either boop or down. But it's all hindsight. Well, not hindsight, but I wouldn't be, I might consider shorting it around R1. I wouldn't jump in front of the gun right here. But that is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I am a dude in a balaclava mask. Thanks, Go. I appreciate the follow. Wednesday nights are meant to be a chill atmosphere. Challenge people from time to time, but we always try to keep it respectful. XRP about to break out. Oh, you got me interested. Fucking Ripple. Yeah, I mean, as long as we stay above 51.23, so that's the POC. As long as we stay above this and above green, I think we can make a run to this. Let me turn off. Sorry for all the lines. It is a bit messy, but I think we could retest that downtrend we've been following since 2018. So this would be at the 63 to 6,500 sat area. I mean, it could definitely, if it does pump, it could definitely, I don't want to get your hopes up, but you definitely do that. But knowing me, I like taking profit when I see it. So if I were in the long here, I'd be taking a nice chunk off here and maybe leave like a 10% or something, a little moon bag. Because the thing is, if it does retest this and it gets rejected again, like it did here, then you could always buy back a bit cheaper. You could always buy back at one of those areas. So it doesn't necessarily mean you have to exit your entire position, but it can mean taking some profit off the table. Never made anyone broke, I think. Is it possible to short with USDT or not? Short with USDT. I don't know, to be transparent with you. I know you can short Bitcoin, Ethereum with Ethereum. If you're on BitMEX, you can short whatever with Bitcoin. So I don't know about USDT. Good question. Maybe someone in chat could help. Get Tunes back to do a triangle analysis on XRP. That's funny. Yeah, basically like one of these. That's funny. Triangle gang. But yeah. Yeah, looked up. Litecoin does look pretty good. Let's look up Omisego. I'm very curious. Oh boy, this is devastation, guys. Okay, I'm just kidding though. All jokes aside, let's go on the daily. Okay. There's some life here. We can see that the CCI is making higher lows, while the price kind of lower lows. I mean, it's not a perfect divergence, but what it's supposed to mean is that we're now trending positively, even though like it's not that pretty to look at, and I probably wouldn't buy it myself since there's not much. I don't know. Let's just look at the entire thing, I mean, this thing has had a rough year. Jesus Christ. I mean, we're at 253 sats. I mean, how much lower can we go? Let's crank it on the 12-hour. Yeah, I mean, I could probably see it. Delete this. Yeah, so right now we're riding a little trend line. I think taking some profit at maybe 300 to R1 could be smart, like 298. Things that'd be reasonable, because I could see it do one of these, something like, and then like kind of establish a range. But that is only a guess. Let's see, what else could I look at for you guys? Would be dope if we could get Z's or Satoshi Flipper in our future streams. Well, that's a great suggestion. I will make sure to ask them. I know that they're very busy individuals. However, maybe they can make some time. on a Wednesday. Where's my man Ace? Where there? Yo, it's just me, baby. It's just Bagsy. Can we look at Link, bro? We can definitely look at Link. I know Link is one of those community loved projects. Has a lot of attention on it right now, so I think it's a good coin to trade if you want action. Like, look, this is nice. This is nice. This is nice price action. Okay, I already took some notes a little while back, so right. So last time I drew this, we were around like around this level. I don't remember. So basically, should act as resistance. It ended up acting as resistance. However, price blew past it, so it went an extra like whatever 3,500 sats. You know, let me delete. I want a clean chart. I want to see this. So if I were looking long, I would wait for it to close above this price on like on 2 4-hour candles or some shit. So what I mean by that simply is I want to see this candle go up here and then close. So you got a candle close, candle open, candle close, candle open, candle close. So I want to see like at least 2 above R1 because right now we're at resistance and you don't typically want to be buying when it's at resistance. I mean, I can understand the temptation, but more often than not, you could probably snipe a retrace to here. So something like this, maybe. If it's bullish, and if it's bearish, well then, let's say you had bought and it would go like this. You could sell here and then poop. But that's definitely some decent volume coming in. Like, this isn't nothing. So I think we will originally get rejected here, but I think we'll find support at the high 1200 area, like 12, 12.8, 12.9, maybe 13. And then we'll keep going. Because on higher time frames, like if you put this on the 3-day, this is bullish as all heck. Like, just look at this. Look at this. Look at this shit. Sorry, I mean, look at this stuff. Don't want to curse on YouTube. My mom would not be proud of me. So yeah, it's in a nice little channel. Excuse me, it's not perfect, but yeah, it's looking good. We could even, like, let's say shit were to hit the fan on Bitcoin. Worst case scenario, you get a retest of the trend line. And yeah, that's Link, guys. T-Fuel. All right. T-Fuel 4-hour. So yeah, T-Fuel looks good. T-Fuel looks I made a few charts on Twitter about T-Fuel. So I think this is going to test the point of control resistance at 193. I think this area is going to act as resistance here. So personally, like, I like this on the CCI. Like, this is good volume. This is good buy volume compared to what we've seen. The CCI unfortunately can't pick up these readings because it's too new. But since it started, people are definitely buying some here. So this is a nice little 11%. It's not the most, but it's something. And I would wait for it to close above here on a few candles. If it were to really go bullish, maybe here at 216, potentially, something like that. Why can I not find T3 CCI on TradingView? You have to type this, my friend. FX Sniper. FX Sniper. Yeah, so FX space Sniper, T3 CCI by H. Potter. Harry, yo wizard, Harry. Yeah. And POC indicator, the POC is part of another indicator called the VPVR. I forget what that actually stands for because I'm a degenerate. Visible volume profile range or some shit. VPVR. Yeah, visible range. Volume profile, visible range, and it just basically calculates the volume on a horizontal basis, and the POC is the highest volume candle. So just use that tool. And if you guys want to get it nice and tiny, like, because the basic one comes with 20 rows, and I find it's all clunky and shit, and it's not as accurate. So I like to increase the amount of rows to just make it more visually appealing. And it's a Smokey XBT from Twitter who taught me that. So shout out to Smokey for that. You're welcome. EOS or ZIL? Let's look up ZIL. I made a EOS chart earlier today on Twitter. Feel free to check it out. Not cash tag. I'm Bagsy. I couldn't even think of the symbol. All right. So, you can see it. It's having a bit of difficulty with this area. Let's look on a bigger time frame here. We're not giving ourselves enough information. Yeah, the volume's really nice on the 3-day. I won't lie, somebody's buying the bottom here. Yeah, this is nice. I still think, it could do something like this, like a pullback. This would be the deepest I think it would go is 240. I think this would make a nice long entry if you are looking for one. However, if we're on the daily right now, this 277 area is so far holding as support. So it's possible that this area holds, and we then go for the 2018 yearly low. So if we look to our left here, that's why it's important to always zoom out when you are looking for horizontals, because how are you supposed to catch them if you can't see them? So the price dipped to 347 sats. So I assume that this level, people are going to look here and be like, okay, I'm going to set my sell. So I do expect there to be some resistance and a pullback, and from there, I don't know, it could start ranging. I really don't know what's going to happen because, let's be real, none of us do. But what I do know is that the CCI is positive on the daily, which means it's in an uptrend, which is very nice to see. And just looking back on volume and stuff, there hasn't been that since ever. So, hope this isn't hopium, but it looks all right to me. XMR, yeah, Delannuez. Sorry if I messed that up. ZMR, XMR. Okay, let's kill the noise here. Okay, so you can see there is I guess a bearish pennant. However, I am noticing that on the CCI, buyers are stepping in at this area, so I'm pretty sure, not 100% sure. Where the fuck is the arrow? Pretty sure we're gonna see something like this. Maybe like this. Don't want to get your hopes up here. And if we're really bullish, you might see a pop to the POC at 13.094. And you can see here, this was close to prior resistance. That was the yeah, this is the 18-yearly low. So if shit's not that bullish, I still think we'll see a pop. However, grand scheme of things, we're at the, I don't want to say the bottom, but this thing's due for some type of relief bounce. Maybe that. I don't think we'll reach the POC on the first try. Yeah, I'm gonna do like one more coin, and then I'm going to see my girlfriend tonight. Have some one-on-one. You're very welcome. You are very welcome. Building a nice following for good reason. Thank you. Thoughts on IOTA? I will answer your question on IOTA. Yeah, like the whole reason I do this is because made a lot of mistakes myself back in the days, and that shit sucks. And I told myself, Bagsy, how are you gonna try and contribute something to society? What's your thing? And crypto is the one thing that really stuck with me that I haven't gotten bored of. Because that's one thing I used to get bored of stuff really easily, just because it takes a lot to deep dive into a topic, and nothing ever stuck to me until I really got to try this crypto shit out. So it's nice. It's good to be here. I'm just drawing out some scenarios right now. So far, this resistance has acted twice, 3 times, and we're consistently making higher lows here, which is nice. So I think this is more likely than this. Let's look on the CCI. So the trend is bullish. Yeah, I would like to see some volume come in soon, though. That would be nice. Let's see on the 3-day. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to ignore that volume. Yeah, it's CCI is almost about, yeah, it's nice. I think ultimately, I think a good resistance, solid one would be 76.47, the POC of the entire range. If you're in a long and you're looking for, like, what's going to be a smart resistance to take some money off the table, I'd look around there. It just makes sense. Let me get my camera back on for a second here. Stop. Let's see if that works. Hey, there we are. All right, ladies and gentlemen. What's CCI? It's like commodity channel index or some shit. I should know my own indicator a bit better, but it basically takes into consideration the momentum and volume, and it charts it. It lays it out in a nice and visual way, and I find it's better at catching divergences early, and I find it more reliable than an RSI. The RSI is good too for divergences, but CCI just allows you to visually see when the trend is bullish, bearish, and like as I said, it makes it easier to spot divergences in an easy way for me. And that's the thing, you got to find what works for you, and you have to try a lot of shit. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you're very welcome. So I think I'm going to be calling it a night. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for dropping by. If you guys had a good time, hit the like button, subscribe button. I'm really happy you guys showed up. Hopefully you got to learn something, got entertained. Sorry about the intruders earlier. I really don't know what that was about, but hopefully it won't happen again. So guys, it's been a great night. Thank you so much, and see you next Wednesday. Peace.